So remove the master like you normally would. I've got the master on the bench, and sure enough, the piston is frozen down there. So now there's a spring that's located behind this piston, and it's frozen enough to where it won't press it back to, the original position. So what I've done is I went to my grease zerks and I got the metric, and inside they've got plenty of sizes, but there is one right here on the end that will fit. Now it doesn't thread 100%, but it's not going to mess up any threads, so I'll install that. So it had about, I'd say it went around 1 revolution is all before it tightened up. So it could be a different thread, or it could be pipe thread instead of, just normal thread, but it doesn't. I'm going to give it a try, and to be honest with you, I've already done it. It will work, and it doesn't leak. So don't be afraid. If you can get 2 or 3 threads, or maybe a half a turn or 3/4 on there, it might be enough for you. So pop on the grease gun and let's give it a try. It's taking it. Oh, look at that. Looky there. So that piston, oh, that's wonderful. That's a wonderful sight, because you can really have a hard time finding any of this stuff. So now that the piston's out, just take a screwdriver and push on the little rubber, however you want to do it, to get the grease out of there. We're going to clean it anyway, but it'd be nice to get the majority of it out of there. And let's get the rubber. There's another part in here. It's a rubber cup. So greasy and hard to get out. Come on now. Yeah, it's greasy. And there it is. So you got a spring. It looks to be the narrow part is towards the cup. So you got the spring, and you got the cup, and then you got the piston, like so. Now this part here is all one piece, and this snap ring will probably come with the kit. But what happens is this presses on this. So basically, here's your layout, just in case you're interested. I mean, I don't do these every day either, so that's pretty much your setup. And I'm doing this as much for me as it is you, because I'm going to look at this video when I'm putting this back together. So you got the long spring, you got the little cup, that would be the seal, and then you got the piston, and the piston itself, there's a seal on it, another seal, and then you've got the arm that attaches to the foot peg, to the foot lever. And there you go. So I'm going to order a rebuild kit. Now the interior of this, I'm going to clean it up and we're going to take a look at it. Taking off this piece here, I believe I ordered a new rubber seal here, but you can see that there's grease in there, so I want to clean this out, get it shined up, get it ready, and get some rear brakes. So we'll come back to the brakes when all the parts arrive. Chico has been a little bit overworked. He's got all these parts coming for the brake system on this, and he feels like he gets no, accolades, or nobody cares. It's just, he just does this amazing job of ordering parts, because he is the parts manager. So I thought I'd give him a little airtime, right, Chico? Yeah, he wants a little airtime. So there you go. All right, keep those parts coming, Chico, because we can't be held up. All right? Okay. Chico brought me some parts that came in today. So let's see what I got here. So I've got the rear master from K&L. Let's see what's in it. Yeah, it's got the little C-clip in it. Got a little rubber. So we are set to go. We'll get this assembled here. After cleaning this up, I had to work hard to get all of the grease out, but I've got all the grease out. There's not even a trace. So that's cleaned. The top cap's cleaned. The reservoir and hose. I'm going to clean this up. But our next step is to mirror this. We're going to notice where the tall part of that rides. It actually is on this side. You can see there's a ridge. This is taller than this side. So, as I can see, it goes right in there. And that makes sense. It's like a seal on a motorcycle fork or anything. This area here is meant to keep oil in, and this is flat. So the concave area goes towards the actual fluid, and then this is on the other side. And so what we do is lube it up. And I'm putting down a plastic bag just to keep all the brake fluid from getting all over my towels. Real particular about what's in my towels, because that goes into your washing machine, if your girlfriend will let you use the washing machine. So get that lubed up. Bring the piston over here and get a little bit of that on there. And just double check, because once you've got it on, it's not going to come back off very easy. There again, that's how you want it. And it's not going to be easy to get this on over. Yeah. This is not going to go on super easy. And it was a bear. Probably put holes in these gloves, but that's okay. I got it on, and you can spin it. And if it spins and it's got a point down here, not on that side, then you're good. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to back off these nuts. I'm going to get this arm disassembled. Back this nut off. Hold it with a screwdriver. There we go. Put all this stuff to the side. I'm going to go ahead and take this other nut off. There's the boot, which we have a new one. There's the C-clip, we have a new one. But this washer, this whole piece right here is all one. There's no getting this washer off. So we're going to clean these up. So this next step I'm going to do is not necessary. I'm going to replate these, and I've got a custom setup that'll bring me back to, I don't want it quite this gold, but I don't want it silver. I want it to look its age. I want it to look like it sat in someone's garage for 40 years. And you can see this is fairly silver, so each one is going to be custom plated to the color that I'm seeing right here, but it'll get rid of all the corrosion and make it look like it's new. And here's my plating setup. I'm not going to go into all this. I've done it in all of my other videos, so you can go back and look at some of my other restorations, see the plating, but I'll show you the parts after they've been plated. There's the gold. Looking good. And the silver. This is for the front caliper I'm rebuilding also. I'm not going to do, I don't know if I'm going to do a video on that. But anyhow, stay with the rear master cylinder. And that's the plating. Got to put a little lubrication, so I got a little bit of brake fluid. Wipe the cylinder down inside. Now the cylinder itself, I don't want to get any of this on the black paint because I'm going to try and keep the original paint. But the cylinder was nice inside. It had a little corrosion here or there, but totally, workable. And I didn't have to do any sort of grinding or anything on the surface itself. So the first step is put the spring and this little cup. I'm going to get a little bit more brake fluid here. I'm going to get that cup good and lubed up. And we're going to follow this cup. We're going to push it in with the piston. And there we go. And the piston ought to, yep, piston goes right in. And from there, we're going to put this in and then hold it, which this is, really difficult to do. So I'm still holding it in. I'm going to try and get as much for you to see as possible, but this is now, that wasn't as difficult as it seemed, but it wasn't easy. So, but we've got the piston in. We've got the C-clip, the retaining C-clip. Now, wipe my hands off really good. I don't want any of that brake fluid, like I said, getting on this black. So we've got, I didn't end up ordering a new O-ring here, and I think I'm going to be okay. I'm pretty sure. So we're going to finish up this part with the new boot. Here's the old one, and all of this new looking hardware. So we'll put this outer boot on. There we go. Seat it. Starting to look good, isn't it? Now the next thing is first nut. got a picture of the old setup as it came off, so I'm going to see how far this rides up in here so I can get it really close. So from what I can see, there's about about 4 or 5 threads, so about there maybe. And there it is. Now this pen should fit in there, but I do see that by tightening this I kind of bent this a little bit, but that's easily fixed. And just hold it, bend it back, and there we have it. And another thing I did, I had to spread it a tad. And I think most of this is just it's lined up, but maybe I gotta spread it a little bit more. Gotta make sure this works before we go down there and install it. So I'll get that figured out. Here's what I found. A couple of little burrs here. So I'll just file those off. And look at that. Perfect. Get the hose back on. I lubricated that up a little bit with the brake fluid. Get these nice gold replated screws in there. And there it is. I'm thinking I might paint this with a little bit of flat black. Just make it look a little bit better. So here we go. I've got a new rear caliper ordered, and I'm going to clean up. Look at that bee. Clean up this. Where's Chico when you need him? Run these bees out of here. I'm just going to clean up this rear brake line because you can't find one, and I want it to be pretty original. And these black bolts here, I have black chromate coming, and I also have black oxide that I'm going to play with on these and see if I can, because these are not painted. These are black oxide or black chromate. Anyhow, so let's get this on here. And then I'm just going to cut back when I got the caliper on and I've got it bled, unless I have issues. And I might even show you how I bleed the brakes with a little vacuum deal. And I've decided that what I'm going to do with this hose is I'm going to keep it like it is for now, and then I'm going to probably paint it black when I actually do the restoration on the rest of the bike. Don't have to do everything right now. This video is for the rear master. And there we go. Of course, we just tighten everything up. I am probably going to go ahead and put this video on. Yeah. better. I think that's stock. A little washer back here, and then I'll put a new cotter pin. And there we go. So there you have it, rebuilt. And if there are any issues, I will bring those up in the full video of this restoration. It should be probably in the first part, and it'll show it running. So until next time, Chico wants to make sure everyone realizes he wants to be on videos more. So I'm going to try and put him on the videos more. We'll talk to you later.